All right, Flint's Club 937, what's going on? It's Artemis Online, club937.com. Have the winner of the hashtag 60-second challenge in the building, TJA. What's going on, man?
Good. How you doing, man?
Man, first of all, I wanted to congratulate you. You know, it's one of those things to where people have been voting, and you really see the numbers that shine through based on pure lyricism. Yeah. You know, and I've noticed that we're on week 5 now. But looking back on it, it's like, man, you could really see what the Flint rap culture is all about, kind of. Yeah. You know, I mean, you see some people who come in, and no names in particular, but they got the trap bars and everything, and then you see the realness.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it like, you got to spit out some bars, and you got to go, you got to go hard, you know, and, I mean, some of the people that I watched, I was like, okay, you didn't think about this at all. Like, you might have just went into your, book of rhymes and just was like, okay, I like that one,
right.
Like, write something for it,
Yeah.
Like, strategize.
And that's what I think is a big difference about it, is you can clearly tell the people who have been coming through, and the proof is in the video of people that just come through and they're just like, oh, I just made this up or whatever, oh, this was on a project before. Like I tell people all the time, like, come through with bars because it's gonna shine, and you did that. And I wanted to get you in. Let's go right back to the beginning. So, where did your name come from with TJA?
TJA simply was my initials. I mean, my original name's Anthony, and I had so many friends that were Anthony or Tony, so everybody around here knows me as just Toby. So it ended up being just my initials. I was like, hey, just keep it simple,
Now, when did you start getting your influences in rap? Like, when did you start realizing that rap was your thing and that you're good at it?
Well, I started out singing, and after a while, I mean, I didn't, I wasn't serious about it, and after a while, my brother, I think I was like 11, my brother had taught me how to rap, and it was just like super basic, and I basically sucked at it. And over the years I just started putting two together, and I think I say like 5 years ago I really started getting serious and buckling down and kind of deciding what I wanted to do. But I started doing both, so the singing and the rapping, and then I just excelled really in both of them. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm one of the best rappers in Flint, and I'm getting to the point where my pop music is starting to just get live in Flint, so I'm trying to move it elsewhere now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I say 4 or 5 years ago, man, and it just really took off.
What made you want to get into it? You were doing the singing for a while, and then what made you really kind of want to make that transition into rap?
I don't know, I liked playing with the words. I liked the play on words. I loved everything. Like in high school, I never was a big English, fan, but just, I don't know, the craft, and how passionate it is, rap really, I mean, the things that you talk about. I mean, obviously you got the bars, like I did when I came in here, where you're talking about just going hard, just, metaphor after metaphor, punchline after punchline, and you're just, the entertainment factor. But, I mean, there's another side to it, like one of my, shout out to J. Cole, some of his music, there's a story behind it, There's a lot more than, just face value. And, I mean, I love that aspect about it, and I can tell a story with my words, and I'm good at it, So
you got a new project that's going to be coming out shortly.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Meeting of the Minds. It's been a project I've been working on for a long time. I've gone through a lot of different management. I've gone through a lot of I've switched crews like a lot, but it always comes down to me fucking with the people that I've known from the start, and that I can trust. But the project's changed names over the few years, countless times. But I finally got down to Meeting of the Minds. It's kind of like an overview of who I am. I mean, speaking of, I know elephant in the room, the contacts that I wear all the time. I either wear blackout contacts or these contacts, or my normal eyes. Which Meeting of the Minds is just not. It's almost like schizophrenia, but it's not. It's like that angel and devil on your shoulder all the time. Everyone has that, backdrop in their head where knowing what they should do or what they want to do, etc., etc. And there's so many options. And so with this album, I really grasped every side, because in my life, I guess it's to the extreme. So I find myself, I sort of put names to them since I have so many aliases. So like, one's TJA, one's Toby, one's Anthony. And so in a lot of different tracks on this mixtape, you'll find me addressing one of those names. And so anytime anybody sees me on stage, I'll wear a different set of contacts, you know, so it'll be these different you know, forms. But the whole album, Meeting of the Minds, just basically gets a grasp on my head.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a 2-disc mixtape. The first one, they're going to drop at different times. I think it's going to be like 11 or 12 tracks on them. It's going to be fire. But there's going to be some pop tracks. It's not just going to be hip-hop. But I mean, it's a wide variety, you know, just kind of like picking at my brain, so it's my head on the track.
And now you and I were talking before we started rolling the cameras about something that you wanted to get started in Flint as far as like ciphers and battles and everything like that.
Yeah.
Go into depth about that.
Yeah. A while ago, they had a few different things going on. I know the Dope Show, which I don't know if that's still going, but shout out to that. I actually came in and performed one time and doing a pretty good job. And then back in the day there was Fly Side. You know, there's a few different things where people came out, you know, rappers all across. Matter of fact, we had people from Ohio, and you know, they came out, they spit bars a cappella, and we offered free high quality video, you know, cipher videos, so that we could post it online. We had a website, you know, all that. And so, you know, there's not a heavy presence of that anymore. And I remember that it was a big deal, you know, and so I wanted to kind of bring that back, and me and another partner it's kind of a company, kind of not, I don't want to get too specific with anything yet, but eventually we're going to have a website up and running where all the artists in Flint, starting out in Flint, it's going to go everywhere, but all the artists in Flint can log on, have their own profile, upload their music, do all of that, and then apply to these ciphers, which the ciphers are free, so completely free. But apply to these ciphers, and then we'll have shows where we'll bring them out. You know, we'll bring them out. They can do their cipher. We'll pick different artists, you know, that we think are the top. Which, yes, I know Flint has a problem with this, but when people have an opinion about you, like, I mean, it happens. I mean, you just got to be the top. So if you have the biggest buzz, you probably are going to perform a lot, you know? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people in Flint have a problem with people, you know, liking other people more than them. But, I mean, it happens. So, but, you know, it's going to be unbiased. It's just going to be a variety of about 5 people, you know, voting on this, you know, like who comes and performs. But it's going to be the whole deal. We're going to have battles, too. So all you battle rappers out there, we're going to organize it up, get you guys going, have a scene in Flint, you know. Like, I mean, it kind of disappeared, you know, the real nit and gritty of hip-hop, you know. So.
If people want to hit you up on your social media accounts, how do they get at you?
TJA Official. It's all one word. You can capitalize TJA if you want, but it's all one word. TJA Official. You can put that on the end of anything. So Facebook.com/TJA Official, Twitter @TJA Official, and also there's a main website. So literally just TJAofficial.com. You can see all my shows, anything like that, any upcoming information. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, man. Well, hey, when that Meeting of the Minds comes out, we definitely want you to come back and talk about that.
Perfect.
And we appreciate you coming in. Winner of a week, what was it, 2 or 3?
I think it was 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, week 3 of the starting to all blend in together. The hashtag 60-second challenge. TJA in the building. Thank you for coming through.
Yep, thanks, man.